Greetings, running fans, and welcome to the pre-show for the 97th running of Mount Marathon, the toughest 5K in the world. We are at the seaside community of Seward, Alaska. The starting line is behind me, and we are excited for another star-studded and action-packed race heading up this 3,000-foot peak just above Seward, Alaska. My name's Andrew Kastning. We'll be doing the live stream here with Holly Brooks, two-time Mount Marathon winner and Olympic skier. And Holly, you have been up the mountain to the halfway mark, which is the junior turnaround, halfway up to the adults. And what's the course and the mountain looking like for us today?
Yeah, the mountain is in top shape. You can see that it's good visibility, it's clear, and tomorrow is forecasted to be sunny. We have a high of 59 degrees for tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely perfect. Like you said, Andrew, I made it up to the halfway point just about an hour ago, and the mountain is in fabulous condition. Someone has been out there with a weed whacker, actually, and in the past it's been kind of like a tunnel of vegetation. And now there's actually room to see, there's room to pass, and there's a nice light breeze today, which hopefully the racers will have tomorrow, and that will cool down the temperatures for the up track. There is a little patch of snow for the downhill, and so that will give a little rest for the racers' legs. It's going to be a little technical, flying off that snow onto the hard rock. Parts of the downhill are a little bit harder than they've been in the past, just due to the lack of precipitation and snow. But the gut, the downhill part, or the bottom of the downhill, is in maybe some of the best shape ever. A lot of gravel filled in from the winter's avalanches and snow pack, and so it's kind of squishy. And then the racers turn down and come down here onto Main Street in Seward, Alaska. So it's going to be fabulous conditions. The mountain's in great shape. The temperatures and conditions for tomorrow are going to be just perfect. And last year, we saw the men's record broken in similar conditions. And so I think it could be record-setting weather and mountain conditions for tomorrow's race.
That sounds really exciting. I personally cannot wait. We have the start line right behind us. We are on Jefferson Avenue in Seward, Alaska. The finish line is a little ways back, and the action is starting to get going. We've got quite a bit of tourists in town. There's food trucks. There's going to be a salmon toss. I think they're going to grease up a flagpole and ask 3 people to try and grab some money off the top later. But if you can't make it, make sure you tune into the live stream presented by Hilcor. That's accessed through YouTube and the Mount Marathon website. Action is going to get going underway tomorrow. There'll be a junior race at 9 a.m., and then the women will go off first at 11 a.m., followed by the men's race at 2 p.m. There'll be some junior little mini mount runners going through there. We'll have a parade with some people hucking candy, and hopefully everybody comes off that mountain with limited blood, a little bit of dust, but big smiles. And we are going to get geared up, talking about the contenders now for the women's race. It's going to be a star-studded field, and I know there's a lot of women out there who want to win this thing really bad. Holly, who are your favorites? Who should we be watching for tomorrow?
The women are going to put on a great show. We have 9 of last year's top 10 contenders returning. The only absence is 2-time Mount Marathon champion, Seward local Hannah LaFleur, pregnant. That's a pretty good excuse for not running this race, I'd say. But the race favorite has got to be 27-year-old Claire Rhodes from Alaska. She's running professionally for the North Face. And last year was really a breakthrough race for her. She was only the 4th woman to break the 50-minute mark, and she made it look easy. And so she's already shown good fitness this year. She qualified for the World Trail Running Championships in September in Spain. So I think she's been training for things that are maybe a little bit longer than this. But last year, she just looked so good. It's hard for her to not be a favorite. However, there are lots of other women who plan on giving her a run for her money and making, putting up a good fight, I'd say. Last year's runner-up, 23-year-old Kendall Kramer, has shown stellar fitness this year in both cross-country skiing and running. She was the Division II runner-up for cross-country running. It was her senior year running for the UAF Nanooks, and then she followed that by winning an NCAA championship in cross-country skiing. And so that's pretty incredible. And I know that she's hungry for a win. You know, to win Mount Marathon here as an Alaskan is pretty high up on your CV. So that's going to be pretty cool. She is, I will say, an outside contender to make next year's Olympic team. The 2026 Olympics are happening in Cortina, Italy. And so it'll be really interesting to see what she's willing to risk on the downhill. Last year's third place runner, I guess, is the 45-year-old formidable Meg Inokuma of Palmer. In the past, she's been third and fourth in this race, chomping for a win. Then we also have 44-year-old Christy Marvin of Palmer, Alaska. She's won this race 3 times. Last year, she was 5th. But she spent 6 weeks away from running before the race due to injury, and she still pulled off 5th place. Before that, she had a 10-year streak of finishing on the podium. I know personally I've been out in the mountains with her this season, and she is in good shape. You can never discount her. Other Alaskans and contenders, of course, Denali Foldiger-Strabel. We have April McNally. We also have a race rookie, Callie McChrystal from Squamish, BC. It's her first time in the race, but she has an impressive resume. So it's going to be an amazing, star-studded, packed women's race. And, you know, Claire Rhodes is the favorite, but really, you never know what's going to happen on race day.
Yeah, that's right. And so that's going to get going at 11 o'clock tomorrow. You can find that on the Hillcore live stream here on the Mount Marathon website. It's also going to be on KTUU and re-airing later the evening. So if you miss it, you can find it online. Make sure you catch all the action. At 2 o'clock, the men get going. And I think the question on everybody's mind is, can David Norris go 6 for 6? He's raced this race 5 times. He's won every one of them. There's been 3 men that have won this race 6 times. He could join the ranks of Brad Pekoski, Sven Johansson, and Ralph Hatch, were he to win tomorrow. One man, Bill Spencer, has a good lockdown on the total win record with 8. So that will remain safe for tomorrow. But can David Norris get his 6th victory? He crushed it last year. 40 minutes, 37 seconds. This race started on a bar bet by 2 dudes sitting in a bar wondering if somebody could get up and down that mountain in under an hour. We've ratcheted that time down, well, David Norris has, to 40 minutes. Is that time barrier going to be broken tomorrow? That is the big question. It will take an absolutely perfect run from David Norris to break 40 minutes. But he has the record. He can do it. He's been working on his road speed. He's on his way to the World Champs after winning U.S. Nationals at Mount Sunapee, New Hampshire a little bit ago. He is going to be the heavy favorite. But let me tell you something. This is a star-studded and very talented field. There's going to be a bunch of dudes right behind him, looking like a woodpecker in a petrified forest, looking for some kind of opportunity, poking around. Who can do it? I think that Max King is going to be, he was 2nd last year, coming off a meniscus surgery. It's going to be tough for him to hang in the mix. But we also got Jesse McCulley, 25-year-old out of Squamish, BC. He was 3rd last year. He is an excellent descender. He can get down that mountain, has proven to do it faster than David Norris. If he can hang with him on the up, we could see some fireworks by the time they hit the streets here in Seward, Alaska. Brothers Ali Papillon and Bodie Gross, both out of Manitou Springs, are going to be in there. They were 4th and 5th last year. Watch out for Jarrett Gillingham from Bellingham, Washington. And then we got a whole slew of Alaskans, Michael Earnhardt, new dad Lars Arneson, and the fastest downhiller last year, Lion Kopsak. The record, 9 minutes, 54 seconds. Can you imagine somebody running down that mountain 3,000 feet in under 10 minutes? Insane. We will be looking for the action to continue tomorrow. Moving on past the men's race, we will make our closing comments now. If you can make it here, please watch the live stream presented by Hillcore. We're going to have all kinds of action tomorrow. There'll be separate links for the finish line camera if you just want to watch the finishers. We'll have our commentary, Holly Brooks, 2-time winner. I'm Andrew Casting. We couldn't be more excited for the show tomorrow. We're going to have cameras with a very professional crew all up and down the streets, all up and down the mountain, looking across the valley. We will be ready to bring the action to you, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow on the 4th of July from Mount Marathon, the 97th running, and Seward, Alaska.